Hey, what's up, guys? So, I got everything ready. I was ready to do a live stream. And a lot of you out there probably know what happened when I clicked go live. I was hit with a message that tells me that I need 1,000 subs in order to go live. Not even Twitch currently has a streaming policy that's stupid. As far as I know, I can go live on Twitch right now, and I don't need to have 1,000 subscribers or even one. I'm pretty sure. And what is that? Who does that help? I mean, I know it helps YouTube have more control over their site when it's like, why do you need this form of control? There's you already call all of the shots. I really wish that they would just, double down on the Gestapo-ness and then just get rid of, just really do it so that there can be actual, like, irrefutable protest or irrefutable, like, breach of policy to the point where it's like, see, now we need an alternative. I mean, but they're doomed to price themselves out of the market soon anyway. I was ready to go. I've been planning to do this, or was planning to do a live stream for the last like 3 weeks, and it was because when MGTOW Universe, shout out to MGTOW Universe, by the way, that's just really, oh my goodness, I'll probably get into, I might get into it later, but just quick note, he comes over and he's watching my stuff. He subscribes to my channel. I get like 3 or 4 more subs, and I was just like, I was gonna wait until I got to 80 subs, my pathetic channel, and then I was gonna do like a quick Q&A section about how I come up with my skits, how I come up with some of my jokes, and what my process is, or lack thereof, if you will, and now I can't do that. Because YouTube just, because of their terrible policies. But the show must go on, so I'm gonna have a work story for you guys. The work story I would have told, and a nice little cringe joke, and then we'll be done. But before I do that, I just gotta say, I gotta give a shout out to my favorites YouTuber, Yorkshire MGTOW. Thank you for finally getting up off your butt and giving us another video, giving your subscribers what they crave. But yeah, your video was great. I know it was like 17 minutes. Still not long enough. Not long enough by any stretch. But yes, go to Yorkshire MGTOW's channel. I'll leave a link below. But yeah, get over there. Watch his content. He's really great, but space it out, because when you get to the last video, you're gonna want to you're gonna be on the verge. You're gonna be on that knife's edge, contemplating suicide, because this is the last one, and I don't know who will go get another one. Another one. What do you call a DJ Khaled clone? Another one. I'm sorry. Oh, I know you saw it coming, but you still want to kill me. And that's why I do this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a little drunk. No, I'm not drunk. I barely threw one screwdriver. How dare I lose composure with my accent. Anyway, so now on to the work story. Me and a coworker were discussing the news that came out about how Natalie Portman is playing Thor, apparently, or playing the female version of Thor, I should say. Me and a coworker were having a slightly lengthy discussion about some of the news in Comic-Con, but more specifically about Natalie Portman being given Thor's hammer. Customer walks in, as customers do. He asks for a few parts. My coworker leaves to go get them, and then he asked me what we were discussing. More specifically, he asked us, what about there being a female Thor? So I give him the skinny, and then he says, so there can't be a female Thor? And at first I was thinking like, oh no, not one of these kind of discussions. Better shut this down. But I just said, well, narrative-wise, it's never been established in the MCU. I was like, you have to establish these things. He's like, well, how do you mean? And I was like, okay, well, for example, all of the Infinity Stones, as far as how they work in the comic book, are kind of retarded now. I can't remember reading a comic book where it says if you picked up an Infinity Stone that you wouldn't be able to use it, and the power in it would astro murder you. And he's like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Good point. And he says, wait a minute. So if I had like the Power Stone, I could use. I'm like, you had literally power beyond the universe. You were the most powerful person on the planet, and if you were wielding the Power Stone, how is it that you would die from it? You have its power now. He's like, wow. He said, that is stupid. I'm like, thank you. He says, but what about female Thor, though? As I continued on, I said that there's only one character so far in the MCU that they have solidly confirmed, set up, and then confirmed as being worthy, and that was Captain America. And then he instantly remembered and goes, oh, that's right, in that scene of Age of Ultron. I said, yeah. And then it dawned on me. I said, did you notice how none of the women stepped up to try to lift that hammer? Can you imagine that? That would have been like, face! You are not worthy. Begone, thoughts! I would have loved that. After I realized that, I was like, dang, you know what? They protecting the womans. But real quick, everybody, if you haven't already stopped and thought about it for a second, stop and actually think about it. This is probably brought up during like the writing session. You know, they're all like laughing and palling around, or you know, I can just imagine a cavalier and a cavalier environment where everybody's just like, yeah, that would work. Oh, and then we could have Cap say this. We could have so and so say that. We could have you know, and then the Prima Nocta line came in, right? You know. Somebody said, what about the ladies? Like, why don't they, like, try to lift the hammer? And then I could just imagine the silence that would just go, oh, we can't do that. Showing women as unworthy? Confirming it on screen? Who are you? You're fired. Get out of here. Okay, now for the cringe. What do you call two gusts of wind traveling in the opposite direction that suddenly collide? Wincest. This is the tale of the stop sign and the yield sign. So the yield sign happens upon his bestest ever pal in the world, the stop sign, and he sees him crying. He walks over and he goes, hey buddy, what's wrong? Stop sign dries his eyes a little bit and says, nobody listens to me. I'm a big joke. But the yield sign, ever having his bestest ever friend's back, says to him, hey, look at me. You're not a joke. People like jokes, and they listen to them. And that night, the stop sign remembered to cut down instead of across. Thank you all for listening, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Fuck it.